Hi, Jason Wagner from the Wagner Oehler Law Firm. So, who should you name as the guardian for your minor children? Well, there's a lot of things to think about here. And where you name that person that acts as a guardian is typically in a will. So, the will is going to say, if I'm gone, this is who I want to be responsible for raising my children. Now, of course, the other parent is typically going to step into that role first. But if that's not available, then we would want to know who to name there. And when a guardian is appointed, typically that is done through a court, and they're going to look at a number of factors. One of those factors is the preference of the parents. And if you've expressed that properly in a will, that weighs heavily with the court. They'll also be looking at a few other things. Ultimately, they want to know what is the best interest of the child. So, whoever you name, we want to make sure it's somebody that you have trust and faith in that will raise your children in the way that you would want them raised. It's not going to be the same. This is often what I find to be one of the more difficult decisions to make in the estate planning process, just because there is no perfect answer, and that's okay. We're not here to do things perfectly in every instance. And in this one, we have to do what we feel would be the best interest of the children. So if you apply that test, then we can look at who would that be. Um, is it somebody that they're not too far away so that the children aren't going to be disrupted and moved all around the country or across the world? Is it somebody they know and have a good relationship with? Does this person share your values for raising children? These are a few different things, but then we also have to say, well, maybe the right person is across the world, and maybe that's okay. And you can do that, but you want to be intentional and think things through. We can also do a temporary custodial designation so that if you become incapacitated and aren't able to assist with that process of getting a guardian or a custodian appointed for your child, that you have done it through that document as well. And so that's a way we want to do it. Make sure we've got both incapacity and death covered in the event something happens to you so that somebody can step in and help manage the affairs for your children. Now, typically, they're going to be responsible for the day to day. Somebody else can be responsible for managing the funds that you might set aside for the kids. Usually, that would be a trustee. If you've done your estate plan, we have a trust set aside for any minor children, and whoever you name as trustee is responsible for managing the assets for anyone that hasn't reached the age that you've determined is appropriate in your estate planning documents. And then the guardian is the one that actually raises the children. And those can be the same person, but they don't have to be. And whoever they are, they will work together to make sure that ultimately everything is geared towards protecting your children. So for more information, you can read our blog at wagnerlegalmn.com, check us out on Facebook, or subscribe to our YouTube channels for more regular updates.